Good evening, everyone. Welcome back again in another weekly market outlook. Hope you are good, doing well, enjoying your weekend, and obviously getting ready for next week. I hope you hear me and everything is alright on your end. Alright, guys. So let's look at the website. If anyone want to join us, looking for group membership or looking for one-on-one training, just simply go to techtradingacademy.com. Check the levels. Check the membership levels. If you're looking for group membership or group training, just simply check that level. And if you're looking for one-on-one, just simply fill that form and send that form to me for further information. I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. All right, so if you're looking for social sites where you can follow me for ideas and for updates, just simply go to my signature box on TradingView profile. You can get all those links from there. Okay, guys, so last week we were looking for strength on the dollar. We were expecting that we're going to have some, good numbers on the non-farm payroll, and that's going to drive the dollar higher. Almost everyone was expecting that we're going to have, good numbers on the non-farm payroll, because last month we had, numbers around 1 million, and last week we had, forecast is around also 1 million, but that was a big miss, and we got numbers around 266,000 last week, and which was the reason we have seen weaknesses on the dollar last week. All right, and that was a biggest miss ever on the non-farm payroll data last week, which actually driven the dollar lower. All right, and we were expecting a strong data on the non-farm payroll and tapering from the Fed. And the data which we got last week, that has driven the QE program bit far, we can say that. Okay, so all these breakouts did not play out last week as we were planning to go short on the dollar. We were expecting breakout on the Kiwi dollar during the non-farm payroll. We did not see breakout. Price just simply went up on bad data. And same thing has happened on the dollar chief. We were expecting a strong bounce off on the dollar chief during the non-farm payroll, strong aggressive rise. We did not see that. Okay, so same thing has happened with the euro dollar. We were expecting strong breakout and sell on that strong breakout during the non-farm payroll. Again, we did not see that sharp breakout because the numbers were so bad on the non-farm payroll. Same thing has happened with the dollar yen. All right, we got a breakdown rather than breakout for upside. So by the breakout setup was there during the non-farm payroll. Okay, it broke down during the bad numbers. Okay, so same, yeah, so this setup is still there. There was a breakout. We were expecting it to continue to keep dragging lower, but we got a good price action. Price held that previous low and then trying to push higher. So this setup is still there to catch. So same thing has happened on the dollar rand. Okay, we were looking for a sharp breakout on that 30-minute time frame last week. So bad numbers which driven the dollar rand lower. Okay, so same thing has happened on this chart. Price went higher. Okay, back to the previous top. So we're going to look at the lower time frame and possible next week opportunities. Dollar CAD, again, nothing new. As I said, numbers were bad. Non-farm payroll numbers were so bad, which driven the dollar lower. Okay, but by the way, CAD almost has completed that bearish weekly wave, which we were expecting it to come from 145 from that top. All right, so similar like that. Now we are expecting it to just reverse for longer term for upside. Again, there should be reasons for the bigger move to the upside on the dollar CAD, which shouldn't be missed. I said a couple of times before. All right, which shouldn't be missed once that bigger wave gonna start over there on the dollar CAD. Okay, so we already have that bigger wave to the downside. Now it will reverse for longer term. So fundamentals going to drive that bigger wave for the upside. Okay, so same thing has happened on the pound. Bad data. We got a breakout, but again it reversed. All right, so nothing new on dollar last week. Yeah, as we were expecting good numbers and dollar to gain. Same thing has happened to the gold. We did not got a sharp breakdown. Okay, and gold reverse. So if it is surprise for some of you guys, then yeah, definitely it should be surprise for some of you. All right, but that the dollar did not get strong last week. Okay, reason is very much clear that why it didn't get strong, and that was the bad number. So let me look at the non-farm payroll last week, and then we're gonna look at the setups for the next week. All right. So if I'm gonna remove all these filters and gonna look at the last week data, and there we got the numbers. Okay, so expected numbers were the 990 on the non-farm payroll. Okay, and we got 266, which is the biggest missed ever on the non-farm payroll. And unemployment rate just went up. Okay, and average hourly earnings went up too, but that didn't help dollar to gain. All right, so shouldn't be surprised for any of you that the dollar did not gain last week. All right, that was the reason. Let's move on and let's look at the setups. Okay, so a bit of unplanned meeting, weekly market outlook today. I did not post that we're gonna have weekly market outlook today, so hopefully that we're gonna have more people's when we're gonna go down the road. Okay, so dollar index again. Okay, so dollar index again. Let me look at the bigger monthly chart and let me tell you that what can drive it for more downside again, for cyclical sell-off on the dollar. All right. Okay, so this wave needs some strong reasons to happen on the dollar index for more downside. All right, and if Fed is not going to show concerns regarding inflation, then we may see more downside on the dollar. Okay, and if we see that the inflation is going to spike very, very aggressively, right now inflation is around 2.60 in the US, right, for the year end. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the inflation, all right, so there you got the numbers which we are having right now on inflation is around 260. Okay, so inflation is picking up in the US. All right, so there we can see. So inflation is around 260 right now in the US. Okay, and that was in the March. So the average inflation Fed gonna maintain is the 2%, right? And 2%. And the highest inflation rate we can see within next couple of months to years is around 350. All right, 350 are the max sharp rise we can see on the inflation is the 5%, like we have seen in 2007, all right, and 2008, max rise up to 5%. So if you're gonna see that sharp rise, yeah, and Fed is going to show cause of concerns that they're gonna try to fix this to push lower, okay, then you're gonna see the cyclical strength on the dollar for next couple of years, which we are anticipating. All right, so Fed is not going to stay pause and let the inflation keep rising. They will definitely gonna jump in and gonna try to control it around 2%. Okay, which is gonna be the reason for dollar to gain. Okay, what they're gonna do, they're gonna end up QE program, yeah, and they're gonna start saying that they're gonna raise the interest rate before than the expected time. Okay, so that's what we were expecting last week. Inflation is pushing up in the US. Okay, data was improving, and last week data, which non-farm payroll data, which surprised the market. All right, biggest miss ever on the non-farm payroll last week. All right, that's driven the dollar lower. All right, hopefully you understand now. So if inflation keeps pushing higher, yeah, if it goes beyond 3% and tag the 350 or 4, yeah, you're gonna see Fed gonna start showing their concerns, and you're gonna see cyclical strength on the dollar, and this is going to come, okay, without any doubt. This is going to come. Fed is going to show their concerns that the dollar, the inflation is going out of control, and they need to control it, and they will end up QE program, and you're gonna see which charts or which assets are strongly higher. They're gonna stop falling, right? So the assets which are rising, specifically the commodities prices, okay, look at that, where the lumber prices, it's around 1700. This is all these going to go down: corn, cotton, aluminium, soybean, all right, so grain, all these assets which are going higher and causing inflation right now, they're gonna drop very, very aggressively. Hopefully you understand, and that's gonna drive the dollar higher. Okay, so now let's look at the dollar index. So cyclical drop on dollar is not there yet. Okay, reasons are not there. Inflation is jumping up, and we highly likely gonna see that Fed gonna start showing concerns regarding the inflation and gonna start winding up their QE program. Yeah, a couple of central banks have already started slowing down their bond buying program. Like Bank of England has slowed down. Bank of Canada has slowed down. Yeah, EU is already EU officials said last week that they're gonna slow down their bond buying program from June onward. All right. So all these things are telling us that central banks are showing the concerns regarding higher inflation. Okay, that's the fundamentals which are driving these assets higher, like lumber, corn, cotton, and aluminium or grains. All right, or sugar. All these commodities, or gold, or copper, or silver, which are right now rising very, very, very aggressively. Okay, so hopefully you understand that. So dollar is a longer term bullish story right now, even on weaker dollar. Okay, for longer term, we're going to see strength on the dollar. So if you are looking for sell, still looking for sell on the dollar, so you should look for short term continuation with the previous trend. Okay, the trend which we are having from that previous top. All right, from previous top. And if you're looking for longer term wave or longer term move on the dollar, okay, so all these assets which have moved very, very aggressively for upside, all these assets to drop. Okay, so that's what you're gonna see within next couple of weeks to months. All right, so this forecast is not going to change for next 1 to 2 years. All right, so strength on the dollar. So you're gonna see strength on the dollar for next 1 to 2 years. So if you are selling dollar, so you can still stay short-term bearish on the dollar, okay? And once dollar is, at the bottom or bouncing up very, very aggressively for upside, there's gonna be a longer-term buy opportunity, very much something like that. All right, or like that, another leg higher on the dollar. All right, another bullish move on the dollar, like that. That's the structure, easy structure to understand. So what's happening right now, if you're gonna look at the lower time frame, okay, dollar is heading lower for the next leg. We were expecting it to break out last week, all right, and it's heading lower nicely, but another leg lower, we can say that, okay, or it's trying, okay, so simply we can say that trying to visit these lows. Okay, so again, it can test that low, right? It can test that low or slightly can go beyond that low. Okay, for more downside, it needs another bigger correction, something like that, or something like that for more downside. Okay, so what we are looking, either correct, again, bigger correction, all right, and then you reverse for longer term, or just reverse again after hitting that previous low, or breakout right now from current price sharply, very, very aggressive for upside. So right now, as I said, there is no reason, okay, as data was bad last week, so you still can stay short-term bearish, okay, I mean, that's your previous lows. Okay, that's your previous low, which you can watch next week very, very closely. Okay, previous lows, and this to breakout again for upside. That's the analysis for next week. Okay, either correct for another time, okay, and drop for next leg lower. Yeah, this is the trade which you should look for with the previous trend for next week, or you are looking for a sharp rise like that, okay, and continue to keep rising for more upside. That's the structure. Okay, on this correction, you still can stay trending for this move. All right, so I should just, in my opinion, you should look for this to reverse aggressively for upside from the current price. Okay, all right, at these levels, you're looking it to bounce off very, very aggressively, correct, and break through the trend. Okay, if not, then again correct and continue to keep dragging lower for more downside. That's the dollar index, very much same structure and analysis you're gonna see on my other charts for the dollar pairs. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the euro dollar, all right, so if I'm gonna reverse that, all right, so bigger structure is same on the weekly time frame. Yeah, if I'm gonna invert that, I'm gonna look at that weekly chart. All right, So don't forget that, you know, ECB is also not comfortable with the stronger euro. All right, so they are not comfortable with the stronger euro. Okay, so that's the formation, all right, and price to keep trending for longer term for upside on the euro. All right, so go all the way back to 110 or these areas for longer term. Okay, so that's the longer term reversal, very much similar like the dollar index. Okay, so I'm gonna make it correct right now. Okay, so what price is doing right now? Okay, so it's trying to go for the next leg. Okay, we are having a strong divergence on the euro dollar for the downside. Okay, so it's trying to continue to keep pushing for more upside for the next leg. Okay, we are not currently anticipating that. We are still sticking to the head and shoulder formation. Okay, head and shoulder formation, longer term reversal on the euro dollar for the downside. Okay, fundamental reasons I have, guys, just explained to you why we are sticking to the stronger dollar story. Okay, because inflation is picking up. Okay, if I'm gonna look at the euro inflation, I have, you know, already shown you that, by the way, that inflation, okay, on the euro and inflation and all, okay, and apply. Okay, so next week we're gonna have, you know, inflation data on the euro. Okay, so final CPI data. If I'm gonna look at the inflation, okay, so inflation is also picking up in the Europe. Okay, so inflation is right now around 130. Okay, when inflation was there, okay, below zero, at that time I was telling you guys, you're gonna see, you know, higher inflation in the EU. All right, and because they were printing a lot of money. All right. Yeah, so this is the trend. You see dollar lose, you know, a dollar get stronger. When inflation start dropping, you see, you know, strength on the dollar. All right, so this is the phase of the euro to gain. Okay, and this is the phase of the euro to drop. Again, this is the phase of the euro to gain, and this is the phase of the euro to drop. Okay, now euro is gaining right now. Okay, and inflation is picking up. So the next phase which is gonna start, gonna be the drop on the euro for longer term. Okay, why that's gonna happen? Because central banks gonna show their concerns for the higher inflation. They're gonna start to control it. Okay, and they're gonna start to, you know, winding up their QE program. Okay, and gonna go for the tightening cycle. Okay, that's gonna drive the dollar higher and euro lower. Okay, so that cycle gonna start right now. Within the next couple of weeks to month, we're gonna see more higher reading on inflation. Okay, we may see inflation to close to 2% in the EU for next couple of weeks to months. All right. Okay, so the cycle, if we're gonna look at the euro dollar, okay, so we see, you know, when we see, you know, intervention from the central bank, you see the euro goes higher and dollar goes lower. Okay, dollar goes lower. Okay, again, yeah, and then this is the cycle which you see when they start controlling the inflation. Okay, there we have seen when they started to control the inflation. All right, and a similar, you know, wave we're gonna see when they're gonna start controlling the inflation for the downside. You know, you're gonna see euro gonna again get back the average price around 110, 154, or 104 or 103 for longer term. Okay, so if I'm gonna look at the setup for the next week, okay, so setup gonna be on your lower time frame. Okay, let's look at the 1 hour time frame. You got the next leg lower. Okay, so setup gonna be there for the next week. So you are looking a sharp sell-off over there. Okay, correct, and that's gonna be the trade. Back to the trend line. Okay, and if it holds the trend again like that has held, okay, you are looking for another leg higher. Okay, for another leg higher and then drop. Okay, so that's the structure. That's what you are looking for the next week on the euro dollar. Okay, if I'm gonna put some arrows, that's the move. Okay, and then that's your structure. Price at least gonna correct back to the trend line before going to push more higher. Okay, if I'm gonna look at the 15-minute time frame, we got a bad numbers. If we had good numbers on the non-farm payroll, okay, then we're going to see sharp breakdown to the downside. There are going to be sell opportunity and more downside. Okay, but there was bad numbers and it spiked up. Short-term buy opportunities were there on the euro dollar. All right, so what you are simply looking a sharp sell-off, correction, and this trade, that move to happen when market going to open next week. This is going to be a counter trend trade against the euro strength. All right, but that's the next move which you are looking. Okay, if not, then slightly keep pushing higher all the way back to this previous impulse. All right, and then again you are looking again this to drop back to sideways market. All right, that's your euro dollar. Okay, so dollar chief. All right, so dollar chief is also dragging lower. If I'm gonna draw a trend line over there, okay, so dollar chief, we were expecting it to break out last week or correct and continue to keep dragging lower. Okay, break out sharply for upside or correct. We didn't see correction over there, and the dollar chief is just keep dragging lower simply. Okay, so dollar chief still can keep dragging lower, okay, with the previous trend. I'm gonna make it more simple and easy. Okay, another correction. Yeah, continuation with the previous trend simply. Okay, if you see another correction, okay, then keep dragging lower all the way back to this previous low. All right, all the way back to that previous low. Yeah, if correction is not appearing and price is rising very, very aggressively, okay, then go all the way back to that top. All right, so a kind of neutral analysis I'm showing on the dollar chief. All right, or yeah, so longer term bullish, yeah, longer term bullish, okay, and short term still bearish for the dollar. All right, and once dollar gonna rise very, very aggressively, either, you know, even if it, yeah, there is no, you know, fixed rule that the dollar, you should, you know, wait for the dollar to test a particular place or area or support, and then you should get into the trade. Okay, you simply just follow the price action. Right now, price action is strong bearish on bad numbers and it's pushing lower. If you see another correction, okay, then it to continue to keep dragging lower all the way back to that low. All right, if correction is not appearing over there and the sharp aggressive move, which is going to break through the bullish trend and the bearish trend line, all right, there are going to be clear signs once price going to start breaking for the upside. Okay, if it comes correct, and then you can join on that aggressive strength, all right, or can wait for the price to first of all clear that break, you know, daily correction and correct, and then you can, you know, chase the move for the upside. All right, so that's the dollar chief, and let's look at the dollar CAD first. Okay, if I'm gonna go to the 2-week chart, today, sorry. All right, so you shouldn't miss that trade. Okay, this is gonna be the biggest, you know, trade for next couple of weeks to month. All right, so buy shouldn't miss on the dollar CAD. Okay, there are gonna be a, why we are looking for the bullish, you know, wave or bullish trade on the dollar CAD. Why we are not, you know, trading on the dollar CAD for the downside. Okay, the reason is very much simple. When the time to sell the dollar CAD, when it was close to the 146, 147 or 148 areas, that was the time to chase that sell opportunities. Okay, right now what you can do, you can trade for short term to the downside with the previous trend, which is already almost gone. Okay, so the wave, okay, so the wave which we are looking right now is the bullish, not the bearish. Okay, so the bearish wave which you see on my chart, that has gone. Okay, that has gone. You cannot chase that because that has gone. All right, so what is the wave you should prepare yourself for? That, okay, is the bullish. Is it going to come? Definitely it is going to come. All right, so should you chase that trade wave before it gives you signs? All right, no. Right, you should wait for the signs, price action. Once that price action appears over there, yes, start looking for buy. Start looking for buy, start adding all the way up to 36, 35 or 38 areas. All right, again, if I go back to my you know previous statement which I have made at the start, all right, and the statement is simply inflation is picking up. All right, okay, and the central banks cannot, they cannot, let the inflation keep pushing higher. They are already having, record debts. The record debts are there in, in the world right now. They will not let the inflation keep pushing higher. Yeah, they will, you will see in next couple of weeks to months, okay, maximum 1 or 2 months, you can, we can say, okay, within the next 1 to 2 months, you're going to see central banks going to start winding up their QE program. All right. Okay. So then you're going to see that the bullish cycle going to start, coming over there on the dollar. Okay. So what was the previous, bullish cycle? That was okay. So before that, we have already seen crash over there on the oil. Okay. Oil went lower, dollar went higher. And then again, we have seen intervention from the central banks. It went lower. Okay. So similar thing happened again at this time. Okay. It is dropping because we are having, there is the crash. Okay. There is the crash. Okay. Shock to the market. And then dollar CAD went lower. So again, you're going to see, concerns, and dollar going to start rising. Okay, concerns from the central bank. So should you chase this wave? I mean, yeah, these are decent trades. Okay. Yeah, these are decent trades. Okay. These are decent trades, but these are not the longer term move you should chase. Okay. So the longer term move, which I have just shown you from the top from 146, and price is still driving down up to 120. All right. So it's almost 2600 pip move. All right, from 46 to 2600 pip move. Yeah, are we going to see similar kind of move on the dollar CAD? Definitely we are going to see. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. So what you should do, okay? So the question is how you should do on this chart, okay? What kind of price section you should wait for the buy on the dollar CAD? Okay, so this is going to be the move. Yeah, it can take a lot of time. You are not going to see a quicker move, something like that. Okay, highly likely we're going to see again a bigger sideways market on the dollar CAD somewhere there. Okay, like that. You're not going to see that kind of move. Okay, a bigger sideways market. Is it possible for the dollar CAD to break that previous low? Definitely yes. It can break down that previous low before going to reverse. There is no, nothing which can stop the market going beyond top and lows. Okay, so there is there's no floor. Okay, so it can go. So what is the price section? Let's come to that point. Okay, so the dollar CAD, okay, is in a strong bearish trend. Okay, if I'm gonna draw that trend line. Okay, so this trend line is the bearish, okay, telling you that the bearish trend is there. Okay, if I'm gonna draw another one over there, okay, so this is the trend which we are having right now. Okay, that's the trend on lower time frame. If I'm gonna go to the further 1 hour time frame chart, okay, so the trend is strong bearish to the downside on the dollar CAD right now. Okay, we are waiting for the dollar CAD to give us a strong aggressive move or upside. Okay, we are not having that yet. Okay, there. Okay, there. So the previous low is around 120. Okay, so there you are waiting patiently. If it keeps correcting on your lower time frame, let's say 30 or 50-minute time frame, yeah, keep waiting or keep trading for the short term for the downside. Okay, if another correction appear like that, like this previous one, there is no buy. Okay, there is no buy opportunity. All right. So waiting is a game, guy, my friend. Waiting is a game, all right? Waiting is a game in this market. If you cannot wait, like if you don't have patience, all right, then it is very, very, less likely that you're going to be successful in this market, whatever the time frame you are trading. Okay, so patience, wait for the market to give you the move you are waiting for that to happen. Okay, and once that start, chase that simply. All right. So there is no price action. It still can keep dragging lower. It can correct. It can still keep dragging lower. What you are waiting for? Okay, we are waiting for this buy since very long. Okay, and we're gonna get that. Okay, that's for sure. Written on the wall. Okay, so you are looking for a short move. Okay, which is gonna appear over there from your lower time frame, 5 to 15-minute time frame. Once that start appearing over there, that's the time to chase that. Okay, if that's not coming, don't buy. Don't buy based on these previous bottoms. Okay, and if let's say if you're buying based on this previous bottom support and previous supports or are trading for these corrections, okay, then simply make sure that you are putting stop loss just behind within these areas. Okay, and if it keeps rising, you are staying in, and if it is not rising, just move on break even and let the price stop you out. Okay, and let the price again give you a good sign signs for the aggressive move for the upside, and then you jump in the buy side. Okay, that's how you should trade on the dollar CAD. And if you are just simply buying based on the previous supports and getting into the trade and forgetting, yeah, then it's not ready. It's not ready. But the bullish wave gonna come over there on the dollar CAD. Okay, and once that gonna come, there gonna be plenty of buy opportunities on the dollar. So we are super bullish. Okay, we got a couple of buy opportunities on the dollar, yeah, but we did not get the bigger reversal move. Okay, there you can see price gone higher, but did not see the reversal. Okay, within these areas. Okay, there we can see, yeah. So we are looking again the bigger move for the upside. So short term move we got moves against the trend. And then again, price resumed the trend. Okay, hopefully you understand that how to trade on it. You are simply looking for, again, a strong bounce off over there like that. Okay, a daily bounce off going to be enough to, okay, there you got, okay, a daily bounce off going to be enough to chase the buys. Okay, right now, just keep waiting or keep trading with the previous trend for the downside. Okay, so New Zealand dollar is very much similar like that. Okay, we were expecting it to drop last week. We got a breakout. Yeah, we even got a correction on lower time frame for more downside, as I have explained to you last week. Okay, let's simply go to there. We got a correction there. We got a breakout. Okay, we were looking for the next correction, possible next correction, which we had there. Okay, this correction last week, which I was telling you that wait for that. Okay, for this move that happened. Okay, the next correction appeared. We were expecting it to we got some good price action, and then looking for the non-farm payroll. During non-farm payroll data to give us that move. Okay, again, number was bad and it just went higher. Okay, so has that changed anything on the Kiwi dollar? No, it hasn't. Okay, so what should be the trade for the next week? Just simply look for this to hold the previous highs, previous impulses, and just simply go down. Okay, so what is the trade you are looking? Again, this is the trade. Okay, back to these areas, or again October lows. All right. Again, guys, let me tell you again, okay, like the move which we have seen previously after previous recession, okay, that's the previous recession move, okay, after having that previous crash. Okay, is it going for that similar move? We need fundamentals for that. Okay, fundamentals, yeah, again, if inflation is not going to pick up, yeah, and central banks keep printing money, okay, Fed is putting 120 billion every month into the market, yeah, if they are going to keep printing more money and inflation is not going to pick up, then we can say that the dollar is going to drop for a cyclical move. Okay, and you can see the next leg higher like that. Okay, next leg higher like that. And again, if some central banks have already started to show their concerns for the higher inflation, okay, and if Fed is going to do that too, okay, then again we're going to see a longer term sell-off opportunity like that, longer term sell-off opportunity on the dollar, which we are right now looking for that. So there is no reason for us to see that the Kiwi dollar is going to run that much far away like it has done after the previous crash. So what you are simply looking for next week, again, a bearish opportunity. Okay, a bearish opportunity, very much similar like the euro dollar chart. Okay, you are looking this trade, first of all, that counter trend trade, this move. Okay, and if it is going to be very sharp, then you are looking this to keep dragging lower all the way back to that low or October lows. Okay, so this short-term opportunity like this previous one. All right, and if it is going to be sharp, that's the target. If not, going to be another correction similar like that, then keep pushing more higher. Stay bearish. All right, don't be bullish on the Kiwi dollar at such levels. Okay, at these previous highs. Okay, so same goes with this chart. I don't think so I need to repeat it again. Just simply need to draw my structure and pattern on it. All right, and okay, so the same trade you are looking here, strengthen the dollar on the next week when market gonna open. All right, so what you should do, simply go to your lower time frame, wait for the price to fall aggressively. Okay, right now it's struggling. Okay, it is struggling. You are simply looking for any correction you see over there, that correction to break down very, very aggressively to the downside rather than for upside. Okay, this to drop all the way back to these lows or break that trend line for more downside. Okay, so that's what you're looking, this chart. Okay, and on pound dollar, also similar analysis. Okay, pound dollar slightly can go higher before going to drop. Okay, slightly can break this previous top. All right, so same analysis. I'm gonna draw that arrow there. That's the move. Okay, or go back up again, or keep dragging lower. Right, that's the pound and dollar. If I'm gonna look at the bigger analysis, okay, so the bigger analysis is that weekly chart. All right, this is the weekly chart which we are looking right now. Yeah, you cannot expect, you shouldn't expect this trend to sustain for more upside. Okay, this is the copper. This trend is not going to sustain like gold was the first to move. Okay, gold broke that previous top and then started to struggle. Okay, so more likely you're going to see that on copper. All right, and strength on the dollar. So we were on the pound. Okay, so that weekly chart. Right, so short term, as said, short term you still can stay bullish on the dollar. Okay, but that's the you know, analysis. You are watching lower time frame, sharp sell off, correction, and drag that back to that low, possible breakdown back to this. Get that daily wave to happen. All right, so now let's look at the dollar yen. Okay, so dollar, we have slightly changed our forecast on the dollar right now. Okay, before that we were bullish. All right, bullish, we got that breakout, but again last week on bad non-farm payroll numbers. Okay, non-farm payroll numbers, we have just seen, you know, sharp sell-off. Okay, so another leg lower right now. Okay, we are looking this leg now. Okay, this move is not there. Right, so we'll update that chart later on, but let me tell you what you are looking first of all. Okay, price is holding that bigger weekly flag. Okay, this, you know, move. Okay, when there are going to be concerns for the higher inflation, all right, then obviously you're going to see that the Bank of Japan gonna come out from their QE program, okay, which is gonna give strength to the yen. All right, so this is the move you are looking right now. Okay, not bullish anymore on it. All right, and the lower time frame, daily time frame. Okay, so the daily time frame will tell you that what to do on lower time frame. Okay, so first of all, you are looking this next leg lower. How far it goes, just simply follow. If keep dropping very, very aggressively, then go all the way back to that low. Okay, okay, first of all, you are looking price to go this low or another leg lower. Okay, like that. Okay, and then go higher again. All right, or correct and keep dragging lower. Okay, so let's just go straight away to the lower time frame where the setup is for the next week. Okay, so price broke that daily correction or the downside. All right, so you are looking price to simply stay below that. Okay, this impulse or that impulse. All right, price shouldn't go beyond that. Again, if I go back to the EuroCAD chart, just to let you know that what I was talking on that day on this chart, price shouldn't go beyond that. Okay, and should stay below that. It never went beyond that, and since then the EuroCAD is dropping. Okay, so same analysis you are looking on the dollar yen. All right, price shouldn't go beyond that top. Okay, this top or that top. Okay, the next level. Okay, and the correction which is just emerging over there. Okay, that correction to break down, and that's the next trade you are looking for the next week. Okay, if it breaks down, then go all the way up to 102, 103, 105, whatever the price is going to be. Okay, so there is the correction which is just trying to emerge over there. Okay, definitely it needs some time to complete. Okay, so push slightly more higher, complete that, okay, back to that high, or go all the way back to that 100% tracement and then start dragging. All right, that's your dollar yen. Okay, now let's look at the other yen pairs. Okay, so chief yen is still bullish. All right, so still keep pushing more higher, and the wave which we are looking right now again is the bearish. Okay, it hasn't changed the bigger structure, but the structure has slightly changed on our 4-hour time frame. Okay, so that's the trade. Go back up or drag lower for longer term to the downside. All right, so let's go to the lower time frame. Trend is still bullish. Okay, so there we have seen slight change. This is what we were not anticipating. Okay, but it has happened, all right, because of you know, chief strength. Some reasons were there, or euro strength. Okay, so what you are looking again on this chart, as long as price keep correcting. Last week we got a good, you know, good trade for short term. Okay, at this up to, you know, from that top to up to this area up to 1920, but we didn't see continuation. Yeah, got that good move there. All right, so what you are looking again, a sharp sell-off which gonna break that trend correction similar way like that, okay, and then drag lower. Okay, if this sharp sell is not coming similar like that previous one and price keep correcting over there, either you can wait for the bearish aggressive move over there on the euro chief. Okay, either you can wait for that to happen and then jump in and chase that sell off. Okay, or what you can do, let the price correct again for another time. Okay, and let the price push up. Okay, shouldn't trade into that direction. Okay, don't trade for that continuation move for upside. This is going to be a short-lived move like that these previous one. Okay, and then again price gonna go into correction. So what you are simply looking again, a sharp sell-off. Okay, sharp sell-off like, okay, why you are not having sharp sell-offs right now on the risk on assets. Okay, the risk on assets are just keep climbing. Okay, the reason is very much simple. Central banks are still, you know, backing up their easy monetary policy plan. Okay, aggressive sharp sell-off when it comes. Okay, just simply get into the market and keep looking for it to keep dropping more downside aggressively. So same goes with the euro yen. Okay, so the bigger wave is going to come on these charts. Okay, that's not going to okay, so the bigger wave, that's the cycle. Okay, so the cycle which is going to come going to be the bearish, that cycle. Okay, that cycle. So that bigger cycle, there are going to be plenty of sell opportunities, which, you know, if you are following me since, you know, long time, okay, then there were plenty of sell opportunities on the euro yen at that time. Okay, so that trade shouldn't be missed, that wave shouldn't be missed, by the way. Okay, so trade, there are going to be plenty of trades, but the wave shouldn't be missed. So it's pushing higher. No need to worry, no need to panic. All right, yes, it's bullish, no need to panic. It's almost done its bullish wave. Okay, so same analysis like the euro yen, the chief yen. Okay, this is the slight change which we have last week, which we were not anticipating, this next breakout because of the bad numbers, the dollar. Okay, bad numbers. Okay, so it went lower, then again managed to get back to the top. Okay, so what you are looking for the next week, again sharp sell-off, all right, or correct, all right, or correct, okay, for another leg lower and then push higher for the next leg. Okay, so for short term, next leg like that. Okay, that's not going to change the bigger structure, bigger picture. Okay, right now what you are looking, just simply looking for a short term sell opportunity, and if it, you know, start falling very aggressively, then you are looking for a longer term sell off on it. All right, so you are looking this opportunity right now. If it keeps falling, then keep dropping. If not, okay, then again hold the previous bottom and slightly push up like that. Okay, like that. That's the structure. Okay, so uh let me look at the yield, okay, which is more important right now. Okay, so yield is telling you that what is going to come in the market. Okay, so it is already higher, yield is already higher, and we still haven't seen the strength on the dollar. Yeah, it recovered after the bad non-farm payroll numbers covered. Okay, so yield to break through that daily correction, okay, and go higher for the next leg. It will go higher, definitely it is going to go higher. Okay, where the inflation is right now, it is going to follow the inflation simply. Okay, so you're gonna see next leg higher. Okay, strength on the dollar. So if you're trading on the bond market, okay, then sell the treasury, 10-year treasuries. Okay, so 10-year treasuries chart should be there. Okay, so sell the T notes. Okay, so continuation to keep dragging lower. Correction is slightly getting bigger right now, but we are still looking this to go for the next wave, next bearish wave. Note. Okay, S&P 500, let me quickly finish that and then we're gonna move on to the other assets. All right, let's go on by. Okay, so nothing new on the S&P 500. Last week I told you just simply stay bullish for the next leg and be prepared for the bigger correction. Okay, same again, let the price correct. Okay, and let the price correct, short term correct, and stay trending. Okay, and keep waiting for a bigger correction. Okay, bigger daily correction to appear over there on the S&P 500. Okay, we are having another record high price on the S&P 500 last week. All right, on bad after having bad numbers. Okay, so this is the, yeah, so short term stay bullish and waiting for a bigger correction. Okay, S&P 500, Nasdaq 100 index, you know, is a, yeah, we are expecting Nasdaq 100 index to fall deeper. Okay, fall deeper like that and then continue to keep, you know, rising. So right now trend is still, you know, short term bullish. Okay, short term bullish, like that leg is trying to continue to keep pushing more higher for another leg, like S&P 500 has done. Okay, this correction is trying to push for another leg high. All right, this leg. Okay, but this short-term continuation is still there. All right, but again, the bigger correction which I have just shown you, be prepared for that. Okay, this bigger correction. Okay, or if I'm gonna draw another trend line, another arrow, then this is what you are looking right now. All right, this is the structure right now, and again we're gonna have pressure on it. Okay, so Nikkei index is a bullish story. All right, and last week as I have said to you, if price is going to visit the previous low, stay bullish, and it's just keep pushing more higher, and you just simply stick to the continuation for more upside. Just trade with care. It's extremely, you know, overbought, and it's still, you know, index and lose. Okay, and stay short-term bullish for the next leg breakout. Okay, you can buy the breakout on a strong aggressive move for the upside and can stay trade into the trade all the way up to 30,000. Okay, or let the price to fall back again back to these floors. Okay, for another leg lower, and then again start looking for this to hold the bullish on it. Okay, so that's the structure. That's the structure on the Nikkei. US 30 is also similar, like, you know, like S&P 500. Okay, so last week, as I have said to you, expanding triangle or triangle on it. Okay, symmetrical triangle and next bullish leg. Okay, so that next bullish leg is just appearing over there on the US 30 Dow Jones. Okay, nothing new. So short, as again, stay short-term bullish on the indices and look for longer-term reversal on the dollar. If yield goes higher, okay, then it is going to, yes, chief, no, you know, if yield goes higher, okay, this is gonna create, you know, dynamics keeps changing all the time, right? Okay, right now, you know, risk, higher inflation gonna drive the risk of move. Okay, higher inflation gonna create panic in the market, and you know, it's going to create panic in the market, and central bank gonna start, winding up their QE program and gonna start tightening up, right? And once they're gonna start tightening, then you're gonna see that the assets which have heavily inflated, okay, they're gonna drop. People are gonna start, realizing their profit, and they're gonna drop. Okay, when they're gonna drop, they're gonna create risk of move. Okay, the risk on asset. This is risk on assets. Okay, or any stock which is just rising, like lumber or copper, all right, or grains rising very, very aggressively. Okay, so people are gonna start taking their profit, and they're gonna, drop very, very aggressively. That gonna create the risk of move. Okay, if yield goes higher very, very aggressively from current point, okay, that means, people are selling their fixed income assets. Okay, they're selling their bonds and, going for the cash rather than for the risk on assets. Okay, why risk on assets are going higher? Because of the ultra loose monetary policy from the central bank. Once they're going to stop that, okay, these risk on assets are not going to push more higher. Okay, what is the indication for that? Is the higher yield, okay, or higher inflation. Okay, so stay short-term bullish. Again, if you see another correction there, okay, so short-term bullish. Okay, and be prepared for a bigger correction like that. This is a short-term bullish. Wait for the next correction is already, gone. Okay, so on Bitcoin, just a second, guys, couple of seconds, wait. Let's move on. So Bitcoin is almost, struggling to push more higher, and share of Bitcoin is also dropping, right, in the whole crypto market. Okay, so that's the structure. Again, same structure like last week. It hasn't changed, okay, a lot since last week. You are looking for this daily correction to break down first. Okay, this daily correction to break down aggressively, tag that low or drop more lower. Okay, back to these areas. Okay, if not breaking, this is not breaking down very, very aggressively, then simply break for the next leg higher. Okay, as long as price stay above that trend. Okay, so stay bullish. All right, break out of that next correction and next move for the upside. That's the structure, very much clear right now. Okay, so if a breakout comes, breakout, buying breakout, stop, and looking for this to continue to keep pushing more higher. Yeah, if a breakout is not coming, then give us a sharp sell-off and clear that whole daily correction aggressively there. Correct, and then you can get into the trade after correction by putting your stop and then and can look for a trade, go all the way back to that low. Okay, so it can go both ways from current price. Okay, as long as lower time frame corrections are keep forming, then stay short-term bullish on the Bitcoin. All right, make sure if you're buying Bitcoin at these levels, okay, then buying it for short term, not buying for long. Okay, so this is the coin which you should follow rather than the other coins. Okay, this is still very cheap, extremely cheap, and still can push more higher, can go beyond 1000. All right, or even 2000 target is achievable on the Binance coin. Okay, so analysis is again same like last week. Nothing has changed on this chart except it went for another leg higher last week on this 8-hour time frame chart. Okay, analysis is same. We still can see another leg lower, and if it comes, okay, then you can expect it to continue to keep rising for longer term for the upside. Okay, that's the analysis. Again, go to your lower time frame. If sharp sell-off comes, it breaks the trend aggressively lower, volume increase for the sell side. Okay, then drop. Okay, then drop. Aggressive sell, correct, and that drop back to that low, and then again hold the 400 and continue to keep rising for longer term. Otherwise, stay short-term bullish. Okay, on these corrections, stay short-term bullish. Okay, keep correcting short-term bullish up to $1,000 mark. Okay, if this coin dips back to 400 again, okay, this is going to be a good coin to look for it to continue the trend for more upside for longer term. Still cheap. Okay, these corrections keep, if coming, then stay short term bullish and wait for a higher volume and the trend or daily correction to break down for. Okay, so dollar index, we have already seen that. Okay, now let's look at the Kiwi yen again. This is going to be a chart to watch for longer term. All right, let's go to the lower time frame. First of all, bigger weekly chart is same, guys. Okay, looking for a bigger longer term sell-off on this chart. Go all the way back to that low. All right, so we do have setup on this chart previously somewhere there. Let's find it from there. Okay, go for short term with against the trend. Okay, and if it falls very aggressively, okay, then start adding more of our longer term to the downside. Okay, or simply, that's the structure. Okay, last week, we had that wave and then price held that trend, we went for next move higher. Same structure again for the next week. Okay, this next leg lower short term like this previous one. If it breaks down very aggressively, great, you got the trade. Okay, if not, then another leg higher. Okay, like that. Is there anything new on this chart? No. Okay, price went lower, held the trend line and going for the next leg higher. Okay, so again, you are looking same trade, same price section from that top. Okay, and that trade back to that low. And if it breaks the trend, this daily correction sharply, okay, then great, you got the move right from the top and you are looking this to drop for a bigger move to the downside. Okay, so simply it is at a good spot to watch simply for next week. Okay, so price to hold these tops. All right, so if I'm gonna draw a couple of arrows there, okay, so slightly push more higher and complete the pattern there. Okay, and then drop, go higher and drop all the way back to these lows. Okay, so it's running within a daily correction. Okay, back to that low. That's your Kiwi yen chart. Aussie yen is also similar like that. All right, so if I'm gonna go to the clean chart and gonna draw some structure over there, couple of arrows. Okay, so the trade you are looking for the next week is the bearish one. Okay, that trade. If it hold the trend line, then again go back up. Okay, and then again draw from the previous. Okay, that's the structure. Is it different from the dollar structure? No. All right, no. Same like the dollar structure, dollar pattern formation. Okay, so this is slightly different, right? And CAD yen. Okay, to break down. Okay, so if I'm gonna go to the 4-hour time frame, and it is still still bullish. Okay, so the move, you are the wave. Okay, I'm not talking about the trade. Okay, I'm talking about the wave, guys. When I talk about the wave and a particular trade setup, both are different. Okay, trade setup is just you are looking at next, either a short-term move or a medium-term move. When I say wave, okay, wave means that plenty of opportunities within that move. Okay, you can either hold that wave for longer term, or you can, keep taking your profit for short term, or you can keep holding your longer term wave for longer term move to the downside. Okay, so that's the structure. Do we have any price action on it? We do have, okay, last week, but the chart is still bullish. Okay, still going with the previous bullish trend. Okay, so you're looking this to break down. Okay, price already broken down on bad CAD numbers. Okay, but it's trying to manage it. Okay, so this is the move you are looking, this is the wave, okay, bigger wave you are looking. If I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, okay, so there is a 15-minute correction. Okay, price to hold that correction when market open. Okay, stay below that impulse. Okay, and this 15-minute time frame to break down aggressively to the downside. Okay, and you can look for a breakout over there, or let me simply go to the previous chart and let me tell you that what you are looking. Okay, we do have a sell opportunity over there previously. Okay, there. Okay, so similar correction you are having right now, much better now as with compared to this one. Okay, that wasn't the perfect. Okay, price never went beyond that top and we got a breakout. So you got a nice sell opportunity over there on the CAD yen. Okay, so same again, you are looking sell on this breakout at current price on a 15-minute time frame. If it comes, get in. If not, then wait for the price to give you again a strong sell opportunity on the CAD yen. When it comes, then chase that. Okay, there you can see. Okay, this to break down aggressively to the downside. And you can put your stop behind that once you get into the trade. Okay, look at that, plenty of return gonna be over there, and risk is gonna be very small. Again, this is gonna be a counter trend trade on the yen pairs because the yen is weaker right now. Okay, but once you're gonna see strength on the yen is gonna be the beast. Okay, yen is not going to stop for the downside. Same goes with this chart. All right, and weekly chart is, we are looking for that to drop for a longer term, continue its bearish trend. Okay, and this correction to break down simply. Okay, so this correction to break down. Okay, that trade back to that low or more downside. If it is not breaking, okay, and price is going for another leg higher like that. Okay, then let this move to happen and wait for the price to tag that top or slightly go beyond that top. Again, start looking for a bigger sell opportunity on this chart. Bigger wave is going to come on these charts, guys. It's a matter of time. Okay, so Aussie New Zealand dollar, last week we were expecting it to form expanding triangle. We had that. Okay, this expanding triangle, we had next leg lower, and price is again staying sideways on that chart. Okay, trying to give us a bigger correction over there. So simply it's a continuation chart, a continuation formation. That's the move you are looking on it. Okay, simply you are looking price to slightly push more higher and sell opportunity. Okay, so go slightly more higher, hold that top, again continue to keep dragging low. Aussie CAD. Okay, so turned bullish on the Aussie CAD for short term. Okay, all right. So last week, yeah, we were expecting it to drag lower all the way back to that low. Okay, correct, and then drop, or let me slightly change that. Okay, it has almost done its bearish wave. Okay, like that. If correction is going to be bigger on the daily time frame, then you know, visit that low and then again continue to go higher. Okay, so what was the last week short-term opportunity? Short-term opportunity was a breakout opportunity last week. Okay, so that happened. Okay, that happened. Both has happened. All right, so we'll talk about that later on. Let me, talk about this. So what you are looking next week, just simply gain. Okay, again gonna be against the CAD. Okay, CAD is stronger because of the tapering. All right, so because of the tapering from the Bank of Canada. Okay, so this correction to slightly get more bigger. Okay, and continue to keep rising. Okay, so price to stay above that low. Analysis, bigger time frame analysis I have just shown you, right, on the daily time frame, all the way back up like that on daily. Okay, so same on this chart. All right, so you are looking this to go all the way back to that top. Okay, or form a flat formation like that. Okay, and then drop. Right, like this. Okay, like that. So if I'm going to remove that, the last week there was a sell opportunity for short term to the downside for breakout. That has happened. Okay, this move has happened. All right, and that expanding triangle formation also went lower. Okay, now price is trying to stabilize for more upside. Okay, so go simply your lower time frame, same analysis like the Uzi CAD. Okay, you're looking for this correction, 15-minute correction to get slightly more bigger. Okay, and break out and continue to keep rising for upside. Stay above that bottom. Okay, so almost on all CAD pairs, similar structure I'm going to show you. Okay, what was the last week move for short term? Okay, a continuation move was there on this chart. Okay, this leg appeared, that leg appeared. Okay, now price is trying to reverse on it. Okay, so what move you are looking on this chart? Okay, so go back up, drop again, and then go higher, or just keep rising, or give us a flat formation like I have shown you on CAD, Kiwi CAD. Okay, and then drop. Okay, so go straight to your 15-minute time frame. You got a nice bounce off on it. Okay, so price to complete that correction, let's just remove this to make it more clear. Okay, correct more deeper and hold and continue to keep rising. If not, then drag more lower, hold these lows, and again keep rising. Don't go beyond these previous lows. All right, so that's your Euro CAD. CAD Chief is also similar. Okay, so last week short term bullish. Okay, so short term was bullish. Okay, all these short term bullish move has happened over there. And next week you are looking this to break down and continue to. Let's just remove that. All right, and this arrow. Okay, and that's the structure you are looking on it. Break down that 4-hour time frame correction. Let's go to your lower time frame, again 15-minute time frame. Price to stay below that, correct, break down and continue. Yeah, slightly more up. Okay, and then break down. Yeah, so bearish on the CAD. It has moved a lot. So CAD to just, start losing some grounds. Other currencies too gain. Okay, so let's look at the. Okay, so nothing new on the Kiwi Chief chart. Okay, just slowly keep dragging lower all the way back to that. Not a best chart, okay, slow, very slow moving chart, but just keep dragging lower. Right, so just break down that 4-hour time frame correction, test that low, or go more downside. Okay, just continue to just complete that, just complete that bearish wave. Okay, so Euro New Zealand dollar is a bullish story. Okay, so that next leg, so hold these previous lows and continue to keep rising. Okay, that bullish leg. Yes, there is possibility that this chart gonna go for another leg lower. Okay, let me tell you guys, this and Kiwi Chief both, they can, both of them can drop for daily leg lower before they're gonna start rising. So when you are trading on them or buy, make sure you keep that thing in your mind. Okay, so we can see this next leg lower. All right, so this next leg lower can appear over there before you're gonna see buy opportunity. Okay, so how you're gonna trade as long as price keep holding this previous low, all right, this price or 66,200, so you are staying bullish as long as price is holding that price. Okay, so 66,500, you are staying bullish on it. Once price aggressively break through, okay, make sure your stop is placed over there and you leave the market. Okay, once you get into the trade from there, make sure your stop is there and just simply leave it. All right, so what you're looking, just simply looking these corrections to hold, right? And this to break out for upside, okay, like that. Okay, and price to stay above that floor. Okay, hold that 6600, 1.66. Again, you are watching your buys there on lower time frame and price to break through. Okay, so Euro Oz is also very much similar like that. Okay, I don't think so I need to talk about that a lot. Just need to look at this chart quickly. Okay, same analysis. One more leg is possible. Okay, our structure is very much simple. Okay, that's our structure. Okay, before we're gonna see, you know, buy over there. Okay, we still can see another leg lower before going to continue to go higher. So if I'm gonna look at the lower time frame, chart is very much simple. Okay, so you are looking price to hold these area. That low slightly can push lower, hold that flat formation. Okay, and that trade back to that top or next leg. Uzi Chief is very much simple like that. Okay, if I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna reverse this chart, invert that chart, right? So we can see, you know, price can visit that low before going to fall, like that. Or let me just simply go back to the previous one. Let me fix. All right, or just simply follow that. It's a slow moving pair right now. Okay, and just this to continue to keep dragging lower. Okay, so short term continuation to, yeah, there is chance for that move. Yeah, be back to that move before going to drop. Oh, not a best opportunity, but sideways market, it's tradable. Okay, that's sideable, you know, sideways market to hold and keep dragging low. Right now it looks like a, you know, correction, daily correction for another leg higher. Okay, like that. All right, like this. Another leg is possible over there on this chart, or we're gonna see, you know, drop. So breakout is possible like that. Okay, so same structure like, you know, I have shown on the Euro R, right? Same pattern formation. Okay, so pound CAD again made its bearish move last week for the downside. Okay, and now you are looking it to hold the previous door and go back up. Let's go to this chart. Okay, there I'm gonna make it more easy for you. Okay, so price is staying in this sideways market. Stay within that sideways, do not leave these ranges. Okay, if I'm gonna look at the, you know, this time frame, nothing changed. Okay, on this chart from the dollar CAD chart. Okay, so same behaving similar way like the dollar CAD chart. Okay, so breakdown for another leg lower, visit that low and then spike. Okay, or breakout upside. Okay, another leg lower is still on card on the pound CAD for the for more pound Australian dollar. Okay, so simply hold that flat formation. Let me look at this chart. Okay, so Australian dollar still can gain like CAD has gained. Okay, what's the reason which can drive that gain? Okay, is the central bank, if they are going to wind up, if the Australian bank is going to wind up their QE program, we may see strength. Okay, we may see strength on the Australian dollar before we are going to see, you know, this move, bullish aggressive move for upside. Okay, this one more leg over there, like it has gone, you know, aggressively up after, you know, having some tightening decision from the Bank of Canada. Okay, so what you are looking, simply price to hold these lows. Okay, and continue to keep rising for upside, or drag lower. Okay, so short-term bullish move at this move. I mean, this move back to these area. We're looking that move possible. Okay, so same goes with the pound New Zealand dollar. Okay, so this sideways market, right? So price to break down, right? Break down and then go higher. That daily correction, or get all the way back to these lows again, winding up their QE program, gonna drive Kiwi higher. Okay, so that's what you're looking. These two charts are not the best chart right now, pound New Zealand dollar and pound Australian dollar, but short term they're okay. They're short term for sideways market, they're okay. They're moving in a sideways market. Right, so it's need major reason for the pound to go up. Yes, there is, yeah, there is still bearish trend. Okay, no doubt about that. Okay, they are still in a bearish trend. Okay, New Zealand dollar is still strong. Okay, and that move can happen on both charts. Okay, not just on this. Okay, that bearish move can happen on the pound Australian dollar too. But again, go back to the basic thing. Okay, what is the basic thing? Is the inflation, higher inflation. Okay, once we're gonna see that the higher inflation is going to come, we're not gonna see this move. Okay, we're gonna see upside, right? So higher inflation, central bank gonna start winding up their QE program. Who's going to tighten their policy first? Either the Australian central bank or the New Zealand. Which one is going to be the next? Okay, Bank of Canada was the first, and then last week Bank of England also shown concerns. All right, and the ECB officials said last week that they are also going to slow their pace in June. All right, and who is going to be the next? Either Australian are going to be the next, or New Zealand is going to be the next, or the Fed is going to be the next. Who's going to be the next? Okay, whoever is going to be the next, okay, we're going to see strength on their currency. Australian dollar going to gain for short to medium term. New Zealand dollar can gain for short to medium term. All right, and what's going to happen then? Okay, then everyone going to wait for the Fed to move on. Okay, so Fed might be maybe the last central bank who can start tightening up their policy. All right, so when all currencies gonna make their move, okay, CAD is making its move, okay, Australian dollar gonna make its move, Kiwi gonna make its move, okay, and then who's gonna left? Fed. Okay, and then you're gonna see dollar gonna start gaining up a longer term for upside. Okay, market right now, market is preparing for that. Okay, market is preparing for the tightening cycle. All right, so another leg lower obviously can appear over there on the pound Australian dollar before we are going to see longer term reversal on that. Okay, not these two charts are not the best chart, but if you are trading for support and resistance for sideways market, you can trade on them for short term buy, and if they are keep rising, you can stay in. If not, then you can take off your profit, and again can wait for the market to drop. Okay, but there is right now there is no opportunity on them for a bigger wave. Okay, so pound chief, again, you are simply looking for let's go there, this chart. Okay, so this is the longer term, we are looking this to drop. Okay, longer term we are looking that to drop, like that wave to happen, okay, but on lower time frame we still can see another leg higher like that before going to drop. Okay, before going to drop on the pound chief. Okay, that next leg still can appear over there before going to drop. So when you are buying, make sure you trade with all precautions, right? And if it rises very aggressively and break that channel for upside, then stay in and let the price to finish that move there back at that top, and then again start looking for sell from there. Okay, so simply you are looking for a short move over there from the current price. If it comes, then you're in. If not, all right, then wait for the strong aggressive move to come, and then you are you are in. Wait for the simply sell opportunity is not there. Price is just simply dragging lower on lower time frame. Okay, it can keep dragging lower, okay, but you shouldn't chase that there, that sell opportunity. Okay, you look for this aggressive move for upside, this move, and if it keeps rising, stay in. If not, then take your profit over there. Okay, that's the pound chief. Pound chief still can rise. Okay, and euro pound, again same structure like last week. Structure hasn't changed on the euro pound. Okay, what's the structure? Similar like the euro CAD chart. Okay, new low. Okay, and longer term reversal. Okay, new low and longer term reversal. Same analysis. Okay, let me simply go to, let me invert that chart like the pound chief. All right, so you are looking this channel to break down or break up on inverted chart. Okay, go drag lower and then bounce off. Okay, and rise there back to that, or another leg lower. I'm gonna invert that. This is gonna be the correct formation. That's what you're looking. Hold the previous high, slightly go beyond the previous top, and then right and start rising. So you can trade for these short-term trades. Okay, from this previous top, that short-term trade, and if it breaks down, then go all the way back to that. Euro chief to keep dragging lower. Euro chief, again similar structure, slow moving pair, not moving very aggressively. Same structure like last week. It hasn't done a lot since last week. Just keep dragging lower or go for a bigger correction first. All right, so breakout and then drag. So not a best chart to trade. I will suggest you to just simply stay away from this. Okay, dollar peso, we were expecting this to break out last week. Okay, this chart I have, this correction. Okay, breakout again, disappointment from the data side. Non-farm payroll number was simply bad, and we got a breakout short term, another leg lower. Okay, nothing surprised on the dollar last week except the bad numbers. Okay, so longer term chart is still bullish on it. Okay, this bullish wave, longer term bullish wave, and on lower time frame it still can drag lower before going to rise for longer term for upside. Okay, so we can see price can slightly push lower before, let me remove that trend line, before you guys gonna see strength on this chart. Okay, this is the previous low, the previous impulse where you are looking price to hold. Okay, this to slightly drag lower, hold that and rise. Okay, that wave, bullish wave, simply hold that previous. Okay, so dollar rand also, we were expecting good numbers, good non-farm payroll numbers, and this to break out. Okay, we got bad numbers and we got a breakdown, and price simply went lower for another leg. Nothing surprised. Okay, bad numbers were there. What is the bigger structure? Bigger structure is the trend to continue. Okay, this trend to continue for upside, that hasn't changed. All right, or yeah, slight change came over there on your lower time frame. Price slightly went lower for another leg. If I'm going to go to the clean chart, I'm going to look at there on the dollar rand, and this bullish chart is still there. That hasn't changed on a bigger time frame. Think about this 30-minute time frame has changed. It has broken down. We didn't see break up on good numbers. Numbers were bad. Okay, non-farm payroll numbers were bad. So what you are simply looking, if I'm going to remove everything, okay, and gonna look at this chart, right, this lower time frame, or let me make it more clear for you. Okay, we are having that bearish trend. Okay, and price is just simply going for the next leg lower. Okay, and we are within that trend. Here you're gonna see. Okay, we are within this bearish trend, and simply price is struggling to push more lower. Okay, either correct for another time like that, bigger correction, and keep dragging lower slowly, correct, keep dragging lower, or break that very aggressively for ups. Okay, this is the longer term move which gonna be over there. If I'm gonna go to the lower time frame now, okay, nothing, you know, new on this chart. It is simply dragging lower, right? The trend is still bearish. What you are looking, you are waiting for this to find its floor somewhere at the current price or drag slightly more lower. Okay, once you see that the price is jumping, there is the example. Get into the trade, put your stop, and let the move happen over there for upside. If jump is not coming and price is struggling, all right, keep struggling and keep correcting. Okay, you can stay away. You can stay away from this pair and can wait for a short move before you jump in. Okay, so you shouldn't trade on this chart for a sell at the current price, even for short term. Okay, because this is the strong trending pair for upside. Okay, only wait for a good price action. Okay, now let's move on to the couple of other stock, and then we're gonna move on to the other assets. Okay, there are gonna be interesting assets which you should in next couple of weeks to months you should follow. So what's there on the German 30? Nothing new. We had the correction last week, and it is just simply going for the next leg. Okay, I haven't changed my structure even on this chart since last week. My structure is still there on this weekly chart. All right, weekly market outlook chart. Okay, so price is just simply holding the trend line, going for the next leg, and nothing new on this chart. Okay, what you should do now, okay, if I'm gonna go to this chart and the clean chart, and I'm gonna draw a couple of lines over there, right? So simply looking for the price to hold that previous top and go down that previous, okay, and go down for the expanding triangle formation, and okay, go higher, go down back to that low, and again a short term buy opportunity like that. So UK 100 index, I I told you many times, okay, it was written on the wall that the UK 100 index is going to rise, and it is rising. Okay, so still a plenty of time is left over there, guys, on the 100 index. Let me bring the chart first. All right, so I posted that chart a couple of times for longer term buy, that wave. It took some time, and now it's rising. It slightly went lower, which we were not anticipating. Yeah, this was the most lagging index in the market. Okay, slightly went lower, and then it's rising now. What's left over there? Still, some return left over there. There you can see from the UK 100 index, some return left over. Some, okay, some move, some potential is left over there. There is possibility that UK 100 index can also break through that top, like others have done, other indices have done, and can go beyond that top like that. Okay, and if it is going to do that, it's going to be lucky. But the return which left over there, at least is the is the is the around 8%. Okay, so how to trade for the next move? It is moving, but moving very, very slow. Yeah, as with compared to the UK indices, UK, equity. Sorry, US equities. US equities are very strong right now. Okay, so you need another pullback on it. Another pullback gonna be a simply buy opportunity. All right. UK opened, and because of that, it's rising. And any pullback on this chart is a deeper pullback. Lower time frame pullback is still chaseable for buy, like 15-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame, and 15-minute time frame. Still going to be chaseable for upside. Okay, but if it is going to give you a deeper pullback like that 4 hour time frame correction, so it's going to be great opportunity for the next move for upside. All right, like that, more upside. Still, it is good to chase. Or if you don't want to wait for that, okay, then you still can chase this 15-minute time frame, but risk going to be very much high over there chasing those 15-minute time frame. All right, so I will suggest you to let the price at least fall for the 1 hour time frame or 4 hour time frame. okay, for the next possible buy opportunity. And if you are still holding and you listen to me and held the long positions from there, from 56 area, 58 area, or 6,000 areas, all right, you must be in a deep profit right now, because this is the this is the most easiest chart. Okay, this is the most easiest chart to trade, guys. Simply, this is the most easiest chart. It took a lot of time, no doubt about that. Okay, it took a lot of time, almost a year, we can say that. Okay, almost 420 days, a lot of time. But yes, direction is very much clear that what is going to come. Okay, so still some some return left. Okay, at least back to 7,700. Right, still can push up to 7,700. So for that you need a pullback. Still you can chase. All right, so gold. Okay, so interesting thing, those who are trading on gold. Okay, and yes, last week we were expecting a sharp breakout on this chart. We did not get that sharp breakout. We got some price action on lower time frame. I mentioned that last week as well. All right, and we just simply we are having strength over there after having bad numbers, bad non-farm number. So gold is still a short-term bullish. Okay, let me tell you a tip over there, guys. Yeah, a tip. Okay, gold simply moves opposite to that. Okay, so gold moves opposite to the yield. Okay, so there we can see yield falling, gold rising. Right? Or if I'm gonna invert that chart, okay, so there we can see. Or let's go to the weekly chart. Okay, so gold falling when yield, right? So yield rising and gold falling. Gold is in a correction. Okay, so again, inflation, basic thing which I have told you before, that inflation picking up, all right, and yield is going higher too. All right, so breakout on US 10-year yield for upside, obviously going to drive the gold lower. Okay, gold gonna go down for the next leg lower. Okay, breakout on the yield for the upside, gonna drive the gold lower, downside. Okay, so if you are trading on gold for either direction, either if you are trading for buy, make sure you keep close eyes on the 10-year yield. Right, don't forget that. Okay, so yield is setting up for breakout. All right, so yield is setting up for next breakout, next possible breakout. Okay, so gold to break down, gold to break down. All right, so gold to break down for this next leg low. Right, back to that low or possible more downside. So how to trade on gold? All right, gold is still a short-term bullish and rising. Okay, going for the next leg. We were expecting it to drop. Okay, we were expecting yield to jump, but yield is not jumping. Yield is not getting pressure from inflation side. Inflation is not pushing the yield higher right now. People are still comfortable with the bond. Okay, so correct and go higher or drop aggressively back to that low. All right, so that's the structure on gold. Okay, so on lower time frame, still bullish and still not ready for drop. Okay, all these corrections are pushing higher to the gold. Okay, gold is in a strong sideways market. Oh, sorry, strong bullish market. Okay, so what you are simply looking for this trend to break down, sharp sell-off, and as I said, continue to keep dragging lower, bigger breakout for the downside, and you'll to keep pushing more higher. If that's not coming, then simply these short-term moves on the gold. Okay, these short-term moves for another breakout. Okay, breakout for another leg higher, for short-term for up, and keep pushing all the way back to that daily trend, and then again start dropping from that daily trend. Okay, this daily trend. Silver also similar like that. Okay, so silver is pushing higher right now. All right, and this daily correction to break down. Okay, so correct for another time, push for another leg higher, or give us a sharp breakdown of that daily correction for more downside. All these assets gonna drop, which are extremely overvalued right now. Okay, oh, specifically commodities. Commodities prices are going. Fed is already warning that. Okay, the Fed officials were saying last week that some of the assets gonna drop very aggressively. We're gonna see very quick drop, quick decline on some assets. All right, make sure you shouldn't be into those assets once they start dropping. Okay, and copper is one of them. Copper is still short-term bullish. Okay, still short-term bullish, and longer term. This is the wave you shouldn't miss. Once that wave is gonna start to appear over there, you shouldn't miss that wave. Okay, copper is definitely going to drop. Right now, you shouldn't, sell it. Okay, you should not sell it. You shouldn't, sell the copper. Okay, so you should simply stay short and bullish on the copper. Okay, copper is trending. As long as it's keep trending, you stay short term trending, and you wait for a stronger aggressive sell off. Okay, once that come, just simply start looking for this to reverse for longer term. Okay, so short term still bullish, short term stay trending, and make sure if you are buying, you don't stay into the buy side. Okay, at such level, keep taking your profit every time prices setting up for a correction. Okay, another correction, short term bullish. Okay, and waiting for a bigger aggressive drop like gold. All right, so platinum is also like that. I'm gonna ignore that. Okay, so these are the assets. Okay, if you are trading, these are the commodities. You shouldn't miss the drop on them. All right, these are the commodities. These are the I should show these charts at the start. Okay, but I'm showing these charts at the end. All right, because there is still no sell opportunity on them. Still short term, they are still short term bullish, but these are the charts which you shouldn't miss. Okay, if you miss the buy opportunity on them, okay, but you shouldn't miss the sell opportunities on them. Okay, the lumber is one of them. This is definitely going to drop. Okay, it is not going to sustain that price. That's written on the wall. All right, it is simply not going to sustain that price. Lumber, all right. Is it possible for that to keep pushing more higher? Of course, yes. Okay, because the trend is very strong. Is it possible for that to hit 2000? Yes, it can hit. It can hit 2000. It can hit to 2500. It can even go up to 3000. Right now there is shortage. There is not enough supply, which is driving the price very aggressively for upside. Okay, but once there going to be enough supply in the market, right, then you're going to see quick aggressive sell off on this, and price going to go back to previous lows again. Okay, these are the assets which are very much vulnerable to the quicker decline to the downside. Okay, so again, just simply go to your lower time frame. Very extremely volatile right now. All right, they are extremely volatile right now. Okay, there is nothing for sell side. The trend is extremely bullish, and prices just keep rising. Extremely volatile right now. Okay, lumber is extremely volatile. Yeah, and if you don't know how to play with that volatility, then I would suggest you to stay away. Don't play. You can lose a lot of money rather than making on these extremely volatile charts. Okay, and if you know what you are doing, then you can trade on them. Okay, so correct. Okay, and stay trending. All right, or give us a quicker aggressive fall. Okay, once that quicker aggressive fall comes, then you are chasing the drop. Okay, for that quicker aggressive fall, there must be reasons in the market. Okay, fundamental reasons. Okay, right now the reasons are not there. Okay, and this is definitely going to drop back to the previous low. Right now, don't sell. Wait for the aggressive sell. Corn is similar. Okay, my data is delayed. That's the reason you see my chart is broken. Okay, so you're gonna see corn also gonna drop. Okay, so data is much better on the corn as compared to the lumber because it's not delayed here. All right, so you see that they are still trending. All right, and it is still trending on your lower time frame. Okay, so strong trend is there. So short term stay trending. Okay, these are the short term trades. Okay, correct, and short term bullish. Correct, short term bullish, and waiting for a boom aggressive drop on them. Okay, cotton is also similar like that. Okay, cotton also gonna not gonna sustain that price. All right, and you're looking cotton to keep slightly pushing more higher, go more higher, and then drop back to that flat formation, and then continue the trend to keep rising for more upside like that. All right, or cotton to collapse. Okay, cotton to collapse from the current price all the way back to these areas. Okay, aluminium is also similar. Okay, they are more volatile right now. Extremely volatile. All right, so right now they are trending. If I'm gonna look at the line chart, where you're gonna see my data is delayed. If I'm gonna look at the line chart, my data is delayed. It's not showing me data on lower time frame. Go to the candle. Okay, so very much similar analysis. Lower time frame, correct, trending. Okay, and a sharp sell-off. Soybean also similar. Okay, they are strong, bullish right now. They still can push more higher before going to drop. So you're simply looking for them to just keep pushing slowly the way they are doing right now. Okay, correct, and push. Okay, and then aggressively drop all the way back to these. Stay short and bullish and keep waiting for a bigger drop. All right, so Dow commodity index green. Okay, so stay short and bullish, right? And that's the bigger structure. All right, that's the bigger structure. And if I'm going to go to the 15-minute time frame, stay short and bullish. Okay, these 15-minute corrections to just keep pushing more higher. Okay, another one to appear, and short term buy. Make sure you use proper risk reward ratio over there. Okay, otherwise it can can get trapped over. Oil to break down. Okay, that correction, this daily correction. If I'm gonna finish quickly now. All right, so again, this daily correction back to these areas, right? Oil is still strong, all right, because because of the strength on the commodities. So All right, so short term one more leg higher the way I'm showing and then drop. Okay, our breakdown from the current price. Same goes with the UK oil. All right, if I'm gonna remove that, price is still in a short term bullish. So short term up and then drop. Is short term up and then drop aggressively to the downside. Okay, or fall back very aggressively. So short term still bullish. Okay, the arrow which is just showing over there at these areas still bullish. Okay, so let's look at the other, you know, other indices. Okay, what was the last week analysis? Expanding triangle, hold the previous low, and then continue. It hasn't. I hasn't. I haven't changed my structure. So same again. Drop, go back up, or keep pushing more higher. Okay, so US Russell 2000, hold, keep pushing more higher, slowly. Okay, that's the arrow, bullish arrow. Okay, last week we were expecting it to drag the previous floor, form the flat formation, and then continue to keep pushing more higher. Okay, so it didn't tag that previous low. Okay, and trying to break the flag. Okay, so stay short-term bullish for more upside. Keep pushing more higher back. Short-term bullish. All right, so same again on this chart. Last week we were expecting it to form expanding triangle formation, test the previous low, hold it, and continue to keep pushing more higher. Okay, structure is same again. Keep pushing more higher or drag, hold the top, and then continue. All right, so again, hasn't changed my structure on this chart. Going for the next leg. Hold this previous top, fall back. Okay, hold that and then continue or keep pushing more higher. Same structure. I mean, bigger expanding triangle formation right now. Okay, like that. Okay, one more drop there. The previous low and then continue the trend. Right, or keep pushing more. Okay, let's just remove that. Right, so that's the updated structure. Euro stock 600. Franc is also similar like that. Right, so slightly different. We can say that we are, not having that expanding triangle formation on it. Okay, so simply correct, and continue. All right, so this is also holding the previous bottom. Stock 600 held the previous bottom and going for the next leg. Okay, so analysis which we had last week is just playing out. For next week, let's wait for the correction. Okay, drop, correct, and continue again for short term. Okay, so this is also slowly pushing higher. Okay, did not drop for the next leg, for another leg lower. All right, but same analysis, drop for another leg lower, back to that floor, and then continue to keep pushing more higher. Or slowly just keep pushing more higher from the current price. All right, now let's look at the coins. Okay, Dogecoin is going for a correction right now. All right, so again, it's a very volatile coin right now, and if you are trading on it, just trade with all precautions and trade with care. Okay, holding the trend and just simply go back up. That's Dogecoin. Okay, Ethereum is just keep rising very aggressively. Last week we were expecting it to correct. All right, still we are expecting it to correct. All right, and if you don't want to wait for the correction, just simply keep following the lower time frame and stay short term bullish on the Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum to just keep pushing slowly higher for the next leg. All right, and dot to also keep pushing higher. Okay, it's going higher for the next leg. That's the next leg which we were anticipating on it. All right, let's go to the lower time frame, 1 hour time frame. Trend is holding. Okay, this next breakout, or same analysis like Bitcoin. Okay, so this to also stay trending and keep the trend intact or more upside. Okay, so same analysis like last week, keep trending for short term. Okay, so it broke out for the next leg higher, next leg higher. All right, haven't changed my structure on it. All right, so you are looking for short term continuation for more upside. All right, so get down, hold that, keep rising or keep pushing more higher from the current price. Okay, so short term trending on Litecoin. Ripple 2 stay trending. Okay, we didn't see breakout on it. Okay, correction slightly gone bigger. Okay, this to breakout for the next leg. Right, breakout for the next leg. XRM2 breakout for the next leg. Okay, previous correction broken, and you are looking for next leg high. Okay, so I think enough guys for this week. There are many other coins, but let's just finish here. It's almost 2 hours, and hopefully you have learned something and got the idea what to look for next week. Okay, so again, the assets almost within a year, since March 2020. March 2020 was a best year to buy everything, right? March 2020 was the best time to buy everything, whatever was there in the market. Okay, and since then everything is just rising since March, right? Because of the central banks. Now central banks gonna start winding up their QE program, and you're gonna see assets which are heavily inflated, they're gonna go back to earth, right? They're gonna go back to earth, and people, those who are buying assets since March which are heavily inflated right now, they're gonna make money for the downside too. They're gonna sell them and they're gonna push prices lower. So plenty of opportunities gonna be over there for next couple of years. Okay, so we're gonna see assets which are heavily inflated right now, they're gonna fall. All right, and who's gonna be the winner? Again, dollar gonna be the winner. All right, because these assets, specifically the commodities, they cannot sustain these prices, the prices which we are having right now. They're gonna drop, and when they're gonna drop, eventually you're gonna see strength on the dollar. Okay, when people are gonna start realizing their profit, they're gonna prefer to hold their money in dollar rather than other currencies. Okay, and dollar, there's gonna be demand. There's gonna be a lot of demand on the dollar. So the longer term trend gonna be the super bullish trend on the dollar. Okay, we are having bearish trend. When I was saying bearish, dollar bearish, again, let me go to that chart. When I was saying bullish on the dollar, okay, at these areas, all right, at that time people were not believing that they're going to be a bullish wave on the dollar. Okay, we got that bullish. All right, and then again, when I was saying that we're going to have bearish dollar at that time, okay, look at that. When crash happened, at that time people were not believing that the dollar going to drop. Okay, at that time people were expecting that the dollar is going to rise up to these levels. I mean, people were expecting that the dollar gonna go much higher at that time. Some were expecting that the dollar is going to 120. Dollar never went to that high, then drop. Okay, now I'm expecting that the dollar gonna again reverse. Okay, and this time gonna reverse more. Gonna very likely gonna break this previous top. All right, and now people are expecting that the dollar gonna drop. We're gonna see drop something like that on the dollar, cyclical drop like this. Possible, guys. I might be wrong, all right, but time is going to tell us who's going to be right and who's going to be wrong, right? The fundamentals which I see, they are building for the stronger dollar. And right now, if anything, goes wrong into the market, all right, if we are going to see another shock like coronavirus in the world, okay, all right, then there are going to be tremendous demand for the dollar. Okay, people are not going to save their money in pound or in euro or in other currencies. They're gonna run after the dollar. Okay, reason, because almost central banks have printed $34 trillion altogether. Okay, so that 34 trillion is not going to go into the minor currency. All right, that's definitely gonna go into the major currencies. Okay, gonna go into the dollar. And once that gonna go into the dollar gonna skyrocket it. Okay, dollar gonna go much higher. Okay, so just simply get ready for the next shock. Okay, and next shock is going to drive the dollar extremely higher. Okay, so thank you very much. Let's just finish here, and we'll see you back again in another weekly market outlook next week. Until then, bye bye, and have a nice weekend. Great weekend. Bye bye, everyone.